Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Governor Beshear introduced new restrictions last night after Kentucky reached 100 cases of COVID-19. And among those cases, Governor Beshear announced 2 confirmed cases of COVID-19 here in eastern Kentucky this weekend. Plus, businesses may be closing down to stop the spread of the virus, but they are still working on helping medical professionals. We'll show you how.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. The time is now 6 o'clock. My name is Lacey Roberts, and thank you for joining us on this bright and Monday morning. And Brandon, I want to say sunny because I feel like the temperatures were just great this weekend and today, but we don't know how long that's going to last. At least I know that you mentioned that there may be more time for more sun this week, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, there could be some sunshine this week. Temperatures only go up from here after a little bit of a cooler weekend, but not too bad. Let's take a look at what's been going on the last 6 hours, and a little bit of rain early, and now more rain starting to work its way in. Live pinpoint Doppler radar picking up on quite a bit of that moving through the central parts of the area this morning. So be careful if you're getting ready to hit the roads. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s area wide. One of the warmer spots is in Monticello at 55. 46 in Wise is one of our cooler spots this morning. But still, that's anywhere between 10 and 20 degrees warmer than it was this time yesterday morning. Your forecast today, pretty soggy at times this morning as we start the day right there in the upper 40s and low 50s. And then by the afternoon, we rebound back to right around 55 with the chances for rain becoming more scattered. Tonight, mainly cloudy skies, some partial clearing. We'll get back down into the low 40s. We'll talk about the extended forecast here in just a little bit. Lacey.
Thank you, Brandon. And the state of Kentucky crossed a threshold last night as Governor Andy Beshear announces 103 confirmed cases of COVID-19. Sunday's new cases came out of Fayette, Jefferson, Henderson, Christian, and Hardin counties. Along with the new cases comes new restrictions. Shelby Smithson has the details on Kentuckians' new normal.
It's become a routine, not necessarily one we look forward to, but one we can count on. When Governor Andy Beshear steps up to the podium to deliver his COVID-19 update, it always starts the same way.
We will get through this, and we will get through it together.
It's what comes next that has the potential to impact countless Kentuckians' lives. Sunday, there were 2 new orders to take effect Monday night at 8. First, banning in-person traffic in all non-essential retail stores, places like clothing and jewelry stores. That does not include places like grocery stores, pharmacies, gas stations, and liquor stores.
There is no need to rush to those types of stores. There is going to be enough of all of the essentials for everybody.
Second, banning all elective medical procedures. That's something that was already recommended but will now be mandated. When asked about other states' mandates to shelter in place, Governor Beshear says that's not a term he'll use. He says many of the restrictions are actually the same, but Kentucky has taken a gradual approach that he's calling healthy at home, and he's hoping will prevent panic. And Beshear always ends with encouraging every Kentuckian to be a positive player on Team Kentucky as we all get used to the routine of our new temporary normal.
It won't be forever, and I look forward to that day where we can all be back within 6 feet of each other.
At the state capitol, Shelby Smithson, WKYT.
Beshear did say those non-essential retail stores will be allowed to offer delivery and curbside pickup for orders placed online or by phone. We have a list of those that will be open and closed on our website at WYMT.com. And in Saturday's news conference, Governor Beshear asked all churches across the state to ring their bells at 10 o'clock Sunday morning. Here in Hazard, First Baptist Church was up to the request. The congregation rang its bells, and the church has fallen in line with Beshear's orders to cancel all services due to the coronavirus outbreak. Governor Beshear also announced 2 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in eastern Kentucky on Saturday. One was a woman in Breathitt County and the other was a patient in Menifee County. In a statement, Appalachian Regional Healthcare confirmed the Breathitt County woman tested positive for COVID-19 at Hazard ARH. The statement also said the patient was visiting from another state when she was treated. The patient is currently in isolation. And Senator Rand Paul has tested positive for the coronavirus. He announced the positive test from his professional Twitter account and read, quote, he was feeling fine and in quarantine, and he is asymptomatic and was tested out of an abundance of caution due to his extensive travel and events. Now, he was not aware of any direct contact with any infected person. Paul becomes the first U.S. senator with a confirmed case of COVID-19. The senator took the test out of caution due to travel, and he is currently without any symptoms and is in isolation at this time. Paul plans to return to the Senate floor once the coronavirus quarantine has been lifted. Businesses and manufacturers may be closing down to stop the spread of COVID-19, but they are still working on collecting items to help medical professionals. Governor Beshear asked that they donate anything they have to hospitals across the state. Krista Frost talked with the president of Kentucky's Chamber of Commerce to see how the collection is going so far.
Things that may or may not be laying around in your home.
Masks, gloves, hydrogen peroxide, glycerin, things to make hand sanitizer.
But are definitely lying around a business or manufacturing place. You just might not think about how helpful these items could be until now.
Many of them are used kind of in daily practice with many businesses and manufacturers around the state.
That's why last week, Governor Andy Beshear asked different places across Kentucky to hand over those things they're likely not using right now to be donated to the state's health department. From there, they'll be handed out to different hospitals and medical professionals in Kentucky. And so far,
Thursday, I think it was, we received over 2,000 respirator masks from Toyota.
and that's just the beginning of it.
We just got an email from a grain company in Owensboro that can give us glycerin to make hand sanitizers.
Businesses coming together because our nurses, doctors, and anyone else out there taking care of others need it right now.
We've been overwhelmed by the support just of the business community, citizens in general, to really have an all-hands-on-deck approach and figure out how we can battle the coronavirus.
In Lexington, Krista Frost, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, we know how many of you have stocked up, but if you have items that you're willing to donate, you can give those to the Kentucky Chamber of Commerce, and they'll definitely be put to use. Even on its limited schedule, the Kentucky House of Representatives is moving key measures forward. Lawmakers gave their final approval to a bill requiring people to show a government-issued photo ID to vote. Now, that bill is awaiting a signature from Governor Andy Beshear. Mothers across the country are preparing to give birth amid this coronavirus pandemic, and doctors and researchers across the country are studying the virus so that they can better get to those things and better help pregnancies in that midst of what's going on. Dr. Weeks did say that there could be other complications, such as a mother running a high fever during the early stages of her pregnancy. So far, doctors don't believe the virus can be transmitted by blood or by breast milk to infect their children.
In essence, if the patients are being judicious, being careful to avoid those who are sick, socially isolating, the outlook for the baby should be very good.
Dr. Weeks did say there could be other complications, such as a mother running a high fever during the early stages of the pregnancy. So far, doctors don't believe the virus can be transmitted by blood or breast milk to infect their children. And a church in Harlan County is heavily damaged after catching fire last night. The fire tore through the Believers Tabernacle Church on River Street in the Fairview area of the city of Harlan. Officials with the Harlan City Fire Department tell us they got a call about the fire at around 9 p.m. last night. Thankfully, no injuries were reported. Officials do not know what caused the fire at this time, but plan to investigate the incident. And a house fire broke out in Middlesboro yesterday. Middlesboro Fire Department believed the fire started in the chimney. Smoke was in the house and the fire was around the chimney. The fire extended onto the second floor of the home. The front of the house suffered heavy losses, but the department has controlled the fire. Thankfully, everyone was out of the home when the fire spread, and no one has suffered any injuries. And a Bell County man is behind bars after setting a bathroom on fire. This happened at the Pilot gas station a mile north of Middlesboro Sunday morning. John Isbell was identified as a subject in the case. Multiple departments responded to the scene. Isbell is charged with first-degree arson and wanton endangerment. He is being held in the Bell County Detention Center.
The forecast today, a little bit on the soggy side as we start the first full week of spring here and one of the last full weeks of March. Let's take a look and see what's going on. And it's rain again this morning. We're tracking a live pinpoint Doppler radar, and we're going to continue to see it there for a little while longer today, and we'll see it become more scattered this afternoon. We'll see temperatures this morning starting off in the 40s and 50s, so a very mild morning, and it's again about 20 degrees warmer in some spots than it was this time yesterday. 55 today, not a whole lot of movement with temperatures, soggy early and more scattered chances as we get into the later afternoon hours. Lacey.
Thank you, Brandon. And thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Coming up, the International Olympics Committee has not made a decision on postponing the Tokyo Olympics, but some countries are withdrawing either way.